Hey cutie, I see you cutie. You know you cute. Hello cuties, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about making a career pivot. A career pivot is basically a transition in either a career, entering into a new industry, or into a new role that you deem fit for your future. Because nothing's set in stone, and you may not want to stay at no job for the rest of your life in one role, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's super boring, and you know, like the back of your hand. All right, let me stop. But today's video is about a career pivot, and it's basically you as an individual making the decision to transition into either a new field or a new industry. This decision is based solely on you and your personal wants and needs, and honestly how you want your future to pan out. So for me, I made a career pivot. I left an administrative job helping adult learners train up into new jobs and positions. And this position was not easy. However, I learned the role over time within a quick span of time, only because I had a certain skill set that was transferable. And once you get acclimated to the job, the environment, and the culture, you can adapt your skills to that environment, and you can excel and succeed at your own pace, but within the requirements of the job. So I say all that to say is, a career pivot can work for you if you just identify a few things that work in your favor to make this transition. For starters, as I've stated, a career pivot is a transition into an industry or a role that you may have not seen yourself in. So to start off, you have to think, what do I want? What do I want to do? What do I know? So in the comments below, list 3 things that you know you want in a new job, or the name of the industry you want to transfer into. If you know what you want, then you can kind of laser in and focus on that one particular area. For example, if you want to transition from doing normal education to doing education technology, you see that transition could be easy. However, the technology component wouldn't be as easy as it is. So what do you want in a role like that? Once you know that, you can begin to think, okay, I know what I want. I want to do ed technology. I'm already in education. What skills do I currently have that can transfer over into an ed technology role? Which brings you to point 2. What skills do you have? What skills do you possess that would complement or meet the minimum requirements of that job as an ed tech professional? So in my case, me leaving education to enter the beauty industry, I have no beauty industry experience. As you can see, look, I'm here practicing nails. Like, I'm doing tips and stuff, like I've never done this. I've never practiced tips on a mannequin hand. What? All I did was type, send emails. But when you think about it, I've used my hands. I've used my own hands to type. And to type, what do you have to consider? The length of your nails, how often you can get your nails done, depending on the type of work you do. So me knowing about nails allowed me to say, hey, I know I cannot type with long nails. So when I go to the salon, I can watch, and when they do my nails, I would say, cut it short. I know how to interact with a nail tech. So 1, that's communication, and 2, that's knowing the product. So in a sense, I have an understanding of what nail techs do and how customers expect to be served. When you think of it in that capacity, then it allows you to say, maybe I can enter this field if I just take some small amount of time to think about how my current skills or experience with that field has made me either a consumer or innovator within it. So once you think of your skills you can leverage in the field you want to enter, then it'll start making sense. So for starters, 1, you have to know what you want. 2, once you figure out what you want, you have to leverage your skills. Think of the skills that you have that are compatible with that role you want. If you can't think of hands-on skills, think of how you've interacted and in what capacity. So the earlier example I gave was leaving education to go to ed technology. Maybe you've done curriculum. Maybe you've sent emails. Maybe you've worked with an IT specialist to help update and register students' names in the registration book. You've done something in a capacity to want to go into that field. You have done something, even if it's small and micro. You can still pinpoint how you interacting with it gave you that experience and kind of that want to enter that field. So knowing what you want, leveraging your skills, and this brings me to the third point. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What you need? Courage? Inspiration? What are you waiting for? That's the biggest question. Some people think of these things in their mind and they never act on it. And of course, it's coming from a scary place. It's like it's new, it's different. You have so many pros and cons to weigh before you even try and consider making that move of knowing how to get what you want. Yes, it's scary. It's super scary. Like to be like, oh, let me leave my job and just go jump double dutch on the street for hours. Like imagine that's what you wanted. Like, hey, it's what you want. It's what you want. But you have to think and weigh the pros and cons, and of course, how you can leverage your skills in that field and possibly maybe make some money. Of course, right? So you have to think of these three things to start off your career pivot. Know what you want. How can you leverage your skills? And two, think about why are you waiting to pursue these things? These three questions can set the tone for the beginning of your career pivot. It's not going to define the date, time, and location in which you can make the switch. It'll get your thought process going as to when you can actually take your first step into making the decision about the career pivot. So, cuties, you got a career path ahead of you. We'll go more into the nail tech stuff as we progress in understanding what a career pivot is and how it can impact you on an individual level. Put in the comments below what may be stopping you from making your career pivot into a field you may have never thought you would enter, or an area in which you just say, hey, let me try it. Why not? Why not? Let me see what this is about. Like, think of things. Comment in the comments below. I'll respond and I will do a video on the next topic you may think that's holding you back. And we'll focus more on these videos in a career aspect, a career encouraging, cutie girl career path fashion. So you cute, stay cute, and I see you, cutie.